Hello, my name is Zara Jarvis, and today's video I'm going to be talking about guinea pigs and basically their diet and everything about that. So I'm going to be starting off with one which is like very important, which some people don't really understand, is why guinea pigs need hay. Because like hay is like 90% of their diet, and it helps them to digest, and it keeps their teeth trimmed down. And guinea pigs need stuff to grind down the teeth is because people don't realize that their teeth constantly grow, and if they get too long they'll have to like get them trimmed down by a vet. And trust me, guinea pigs hate that, because I've been through that myself, and it's not really fun for the guinea pig, so put it that way. But now, since then, I have been giving my guinea pigs the best diet and the best nutrition, what they need. Nutrition is what they need in their diet. So with guinea pigs, they need veggies, which is another thing we're talking about. But with the veggies, you really need to make sure if they can have the veggie or if they can't have the veggie that you're giving them. So you just need to like look up on YouTube or look up what veggies guinea pigs can have. So it's like basically like research, stuff like that, because if you don't, so like if you give the guinea pig a veggie that you're not sure about, that you're not 100% sure about, and you give it to them and they get sick, then that's why you really need to check before you give that veggie to the guinea pig. One, to make sure it's safe, and two, make sure it's not harmful to the guinea pig that you're giving it to. But there is like a whole range of like veggies, what they can eat, and all that sort of jazz. And same with like veggies and stuff, and especially with capsicums, it's got a lot of vitamins in capsicums, and they're really good for guinea pigs. But with some veggies, you do need to watch out the calcium intake, because if you're giving a guinea pig too much calcium in a veggie, it can cause bladder stones, and you don't really want that for a guinea pig. So you need to check out how many days they can have that veggie, how many per week they can have that veggie for, because if it's got too much calcium in that particular veggie, you don't want to be overdoing it, because it can cause bladder stones. And same with like carrots and stuff. Like carrots are fine, but still you need to watch the sugar in contact with the carrot, because with carrots they have so much sugar in them, and that's the reason why guinea pigs can't have carrots all the time, because of the sugar content and all that. But there is one lettuce that you need to avoid, which is iceberg lettuce. Iceberg lettuce is the lettuce they can't have, because one, it can give them the runs, and two, it can upset the tummy. But all the other lettuces, they're fine to give to a guinea pig, but just not iceberg lettuce. But in saying that, it's like a best way is like look up the veggie and do some research, see if they can have that veggie or not. And then the next thing I'm going to be talking about is hay. So with hay, in my particular opinion, I've always had Timothy hay. Like Timothy is like the best hay that you can get. It's like good quality, good for guinea pigs. And the reasons why they need hay is that so they can like keep their teeth nice and trimmed. But another thing for trimming teeth down is also celery. Is really good. But with hay, they need hay constantly. So it's like they need hay 24/7, so like around the clock. So with hay, with my opinion and my advice, which would be the Timothy hay, like that's a really good Timothy hay to use. And then the next thing I'm going to be talking about is their food. The food that I use that I find that's really good, which is pellets. But when you're buying guinea pig food, you want to watch out for that it doesn't have like any like things that shouldn't be there. So like these like color things and all that is like they don't need that. But my opinion is like if you want to get like the guinea pigs like foods and like pellets are really good in my opinion. Like that's just me, but everyone's different. But pellets are really good. So the next thing I'm going to be talking about is bedding. So with bedding is my opinion that I use. Like I normally use like newspaper and poppy pads and sometimes wood shavings, but you need to watch out with wood shavings is like because some wood shavings get really dusty and it can be really harmful to your guinea pig. So you need to watch out like what sort of wood shavings you use. Then another thing I'm going to be talking about is like when you're taking a pig outside is one that you need to watch out the grass hasn't been sprayed like any cannibal stuff, because if it has, it can make your guinea pig really sick and not well. So you really need to ask your parents or somebody, has your grass been sprayed before you put the guinea pig onto the grass. So that basically covers everything. I'm pretty sure it does. But I've had so many guinea pigs in the past, and to be honest, I can't really keep up how many guinea pigs I've had because I had heaps. But at the end of the day, it's like just like basically just do your research and all that. And for all like deep down, like guinea pigs are like the best pet to have. Like they're loyal, they're friendly, and they're cuddly. And there's another thing that people don't really realize with owning a guinea pig. There's so many things that own guinea pigs, and there's a lot. And the only thing is like trimming their nails. So like when you're trimming their nails, you really need to watch out for like the quick that they have, because they got like this little quick that if you cut it, it can bleed. So that's the quick that you need to watch out when you're cutting your guinea pig's nails. And I've done that, and I've got the quick a few times, and I felt so bad. But yeah, like you just need to watch out for the quick that they have like on their toe, because it bleeds when you cut it. Now I'm trying to think what else I know about guinea pigs. So I think that's basically it on this topic that I know about guinea pigs. Like I know heaps, but I think that pretty much covers it. And wait, there's probably one thing that I haven't covered when I think about it is like the cage size. So like when you're bringing home a guinea pig, you really need to make sure that one, they've got plenty of room to run around in a cage. They've got plenty of room in the cage to move around, to walk around, and to run around. So if you're putting a guinea pig in a cage that's way too small for them, it can cause like health issues and all that, because the cage could be too small that you're putting them in. So when you're owning a guinea pig, you really need to watch out that it's a bigger cage that you're putting them in, because guinea pigs need heaps of room to run around and to walk around in. And my opinion, into like everybody out there, like if you can get a CNC cage, like they're probably like the best cages you can use, in my opinion, because you can make them how you want it. They're cheap and it's good for the guinea pig. But if you can't afford a CNC cage, there's another option, which is you just really need to make sure that the guinea pig has plenty of room to walk around in and to run in, so that way it's getting the exercise that it needs. Because if it's not getting exercise, it can turn to obese, and you don't really want that for your guinea pig. So I think that's all that covers that topic, that I'm pretty sure. But thank you for watching. Bye.